Everyone dreams of a life of discovery and adventure. But one place on Earth was charting seas and discovering lands long before the rest of the world dreamt of it. With every expedition, they brought home untold wealth, and more importantly, knowledge of the rest of the world. And this fountain of knowledge is what the modern world was built on. Join us as we look back to the age of discovery, to the home of the great explorers and voyagers, Portugal. Continue my journey across the Iberian Peninsula, crossing the border of Spain to an entirely new territory. Spain and Portugal's border is the longest, uninterrupted boundary in the European Union, almost indistinct on either side, save for the 1-hour time difference. But in the 15th century, these two states were the bitterest of rivals, building massive fleets of ships, sending explorers to far-off lands. As the Silk Road and other land-based trade routes began to disintegrate with the decline of empires, European traders looked to the sea for faster and more secure routes. The small nation of Portugal, facing the Atlantic Ocean, was to make a big impact on globalization. Its old capital city, Lisbon, is where it all began. This is Commerce Square. In the olden days, the traders would come here and barter and trade their goods, and the explorers would come over looking for funders for their expedition. Large profits were offered to anyone who can gain a direct trade route to the riches of Asia, where spices, gems, and other prized goods are sourced. In 1415, Portugal's King João I successfully conquered the Moroccan city of Ceuta, establishing their first foothold in Africa. He was a learned man and passed on his love for culture and knowledge to his sons. Edward, who became king, was also a poet and writer. Peter, an educated and well-traveled prince for his time. And Henry, who is best remembered as Henry the Navigator, the young prince who led Portugal to the age of discovery. Henry's curiosity and ambition made him set his sights on Portugal's overseas expansion. He established a center for the study of navigation, naval architecture, astronomy, and science. Under his direction, they developed a lighter, more powerful ship called a caravel, whose triangular sails allowed the ship to proceed either in cross or headwinds. For years, he dispatched ships to the Atlantic with orders to proceed as far as possible, mapping the coast and seas. During Henry's reign, they mapped out most of Africa, dispelling medieval beliefs of sea monsters, boiling waters, and giant whirlpools, establishing small colonies in nearby islands. Portugal gained a huge advantage over other European countries, and the maps they created were considered state secrets. Today, one can look down Praça do Comércio and imagine fleets of ships departing for perilous voyages and coming back to its shores laden with riches from other lands. For any explorer, It really felt like standing on the shoulder of giants, even getting to touch their toes. Up next, I continue to step back into the age of discovery and uncover the wealth of influences that shape Portugal's unique culture.